What are evergreen videos? The secret is evergreen videos don't fade. Evergreen means that they last, they keep going, they don't lose their leaves in the fall, or they don't stop working when your ad budget runs out. So you don't have to pay to promote evergreen videos. So if your videos could bring in leads for 5 years into the future and you didn't have to pay a single cent in advertising, would you want to know how to do that? And let me add in another perspective. What if you didn't have to worry about going viral and regularly keeping up with social media? This strategy doesn't require any of that. Let's dive right in. So in this episode, we are going to be talking about what evergreen actually means. We're going to compare evergreen with paid content. Then I'm going to be talking about how evergreen videos can multiply and you can build more and more momentum. And by the end of this video, you'll have a very clear picture of how these evergreen videos can completely transform your business. And let me quantify that. I'm going to predict that if you follow this strategy for several years, your business revenue will multiply several times. So let's get going. The first thing that I want to talk about is the term that you might have heard called an evergreen webinar. Now, webinars are not evergreen. There is a software out there, I don't know if it still exists, but at least used to be, called evergreenwebinars.com or something like that. And the goal was, hey, let's just make one webinar and have it play, right? So you don't have to do a live webinar every week or whatever. Evergreen webinars could play anytime, every hour of the day, and you just send lots of ad traffic to these webinars. And so the idea is, oh, doesn't that make it evergreen because you film it one time and it just lasts? Well, the type of evergreen that is most valuable to me has many advantages over that. Now, I'm not saying that that's a bad strategy, and if you want to experiment with it, you can really tweak and fine-tune your webinar. You can fine-tune your funnel through paid ads. But there is something that is much simpler. You can create a single evergreen video and have it start generating you leads now, and have it generate leads in a year and 2 years and 5 years from now, even 10 years from now, it's still going to be generating leads. So in the world of YouTube, where it's so relatively easy to go viral, and there are so many experts out there that have had a video go viral, and so now they're experts teaching you how to do the same, it's really easy to be confused because when you want to generate leads instead of views, it's a really different approach. You don't have to dance, you don't have to sing, you don't have to have a cute cat in your videos. In fact, if your video goes viral, it'll probably hurt your channel because it's attracting the wrong type of people. What we want to do is pull in your dream clients, the people that would love to work with you if they knew about you and they knew how good your services or how good your expertise was. So just pause for a moment, set aside this desire. Okay, maybe I don't want to go viral. Maybe Nate has something to say here. Okay, there are people right now all around the globe that are going to Google, YouTube, and ChatGPT, and they're typing in questions. They're trying to solve their problem or trying to accomplish a goal. And how would it be if these people that were searching in your niche, people that needed your help, how would it be if they found you as the answer? So that takes lead generation to a whole new level, because instead of pushing or forcing your information and interrupting people, people are finding you at the perfect moment. They're not feeling like they're being sold to, but they're finding you as somebody that can help them. And you don't have to pay for that to happen because you can research and find the really specific questions that people are asking, and you can simply make a video that answers their question and put it in the right place, and you sit back and watch, and it just starts to work. You start to generate leads as these people find you. A relationship of trust is built, and now they want to have a conversation with you and see what it's like to work with you. So true evergreen content is content that is found through search. Now, there are only a few places that you can search by topic. If you go to Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or Twitter, X, you can't search by topic. You can only search by the person or the brand or the company, depending on the platform. But if you search by topic, those platforms just aren't built that way. But Google is built that way. It's kind of evolved. It's evolved into a content search engine. YouTube is built that way, and ChatGPT is built that way. So those are the ones that I want you to focus on in order to really leverage evergreen content for lead generation. You've got to put your content in a way that you can appear in those three places. Now, in the beginning, as you're ironing out your messaging, or you're figuring out, does this promo video work? Should I give it this headline? What about this offer? There's a lot of things that you're figuring out, and paid ads can work really well to give you quick feedback. Now, it's not going to be the most cost-effective in the beginning as you're fine-tuning your funnel and fine-tuning all of your sales process. Consider it an investment and get to the point to where it is profitable. Get to the point where you do have customers coming to you through this advertising. But just know that that traffic will completely stop once you stop paying for advertising. So once you get your funnel to a point where it is profitable, imagine if you could create an evergreen piece of content that would send people into that same funnel. The leads that come from that are going to be more like referral quality leads as opposed to these cold defenses up leads. Now, another question that you might have is, should I talk about trending topics? Or what about if there's some current event that's going on right now? Should I capture that? When your focus is going viral, then chasing trending topics like that is a strategy that a lot will follow. But I don't have to worry about that, because when I create a piece of content, I want people to search for it for years, not just right now. And there are so many questions that are being asked about your expertise that people are asking today, that people are asking 5 years ago, and that will be asked 5 years from now. So if you can find those questions, focus on that evergreen content, because people are always asking this question, then this content is going to last for years and years and years. Now, of the 3 places that are currently indexed and searchable by topic, we've got YouTube, Google, and ChatGPT. Only one of them is a content platform where you can actually put content on that platform, and that's YouTube. So step number 1 is to create the right type of video. I call it a leaf video, and I'll teach you more about that in a moment. But if you create a leaf video and you put that on YouTube, it'll automatically rise to the top of YouTube search within a day. And so people will search for it and they'll find it at the top. And Google owns YouTube, so your YouTube videos will appear at the top of Google as well. And you can even get more Google traffic if you turn your YouTube video into a blog post. Just by doing those things, your content will also be recommended by ChatGPT. ChatGPT is looking for the best answers to the questions people are asking. Now, all of these tools are going to test your content, right? So somebody asks a question, you make a video that answers their question, and let's say it's a 10-minute video. These algorithms, whether YouTube or ChatGPT, are looking at, okay, how much of this video did they watch? Did they start watching and 20 seconds in they left, or did they watch all the way to the end? YouTube pays attention to likes and comments. Now, if your content really does answer the question, then you can be confident that the algorithms are going to be impressed and going to send more and more people to your video that are your target audience. Now, here on my channel, I often talk about a filming day where 9 in the morning till 5 p.m. at night, you just film episodes all day long. We typically film 20 episodes in a single day. And then we'll come back a few weeks later and we'll film again. We'll film 20 more episodes. So think about the power of that. These type of episodes, just like right here, I'm talking to the camera. We call these talking head videos, but I'm sharing something that I have expertise in, and you have expertise as well. So in your episodes, you're going to be just sharing your advice, sharing your expertise. You'll be able to film 20 of these episodes in a day. So think, in 1 month, you launch 20 episodes. The next month, another 20. Then the next month, another 20, and another 20, and another 20. Every one of these videos is bringing in a little trickle of traffic, of this valuable search traffic to you. But over time, all of these trickles add up to a big fire hose of traffic. So the crazy thing is, you might look at this video and say, oh wow, it's only got 10 views. This doesn't look like it's a very successful channel. But behind the scenes, you'll see that there are thousands of views channel-wide across all of these videos, and you'll see why this is generating a 7-figure revenue stream. I actually produce over 60 different YouTube channels, and many of them are generating multiple 7 figures per year just from lead gen from YouTube. In fact, we've got a couple 8-figure revenue generating channels. So it's going to be a paradigm shift for you to understand that, look, a channel can be very, very successful even if a video only has 10 views. Would you rather have 1 million views that generates 0 leads and 0 revenue for you, or would you rather have 10 views that helps your business be profitable and builds momentum in lead generation? So here's a question for you. Do you want to be a thought leader? I would assume that you definitely consider yourself an expert. How do you transition from expert to thought leader? And thought leader by a big audience. Like how are you globally considered a thought leader in your niche? That's what this strategy is for. I call it the LEAF strategy. And if you want to know this inside and out so you can actually do that and become a thought leader in your space, I invite you to attend my webinar. It's called theleafstrategy.com. I call it that because I use a tree analogy. I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you step by step every ingredient that these videos need to have and how to position these videos so that they rank at the top of Google, YouTube, and ChatGPT. So go to theleafstrategy.com. I'll see you there.